podcast.
Podcast episode number 2, the do-over.
Yeah.
Maybe it's best to explain why we're doing this podcast over. So.
Episode 2, we did record it originally, like last week, but we had some problems with a specific member. Eventually, we had to just scrap it because we didn't have his audio, and he kind of just fell off the radar, really.
Yeah, I noticed that he, on the Rooster Teeth website, he'd actually been online and either for some reason didn't get any of the messages I sent him, or just completely decided to ignore them. So
it's probably the second one.
Yeah, probably.
He's an alright guy. It's just he doesn't have really the best internet in the world, and his audio lagged behind about 3 or 4 seconds. So it wasn't really the best thing to do for him. So all the best to him, really.
Yeah.
I never even met the guy. So.
Well.
Too bad for him. More fun for us.
Yeah. So. Actually, I'd need to introduce everyone.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So, this week on the Chatroom podcast, episode 2, we have Jack.
Hey.
And Jasper.
Hey.
And me, your host, Michael.
Hey.
Maybe you should do the thing like Gus in the Rooster Teeth podcast. Introduce yourself at the beginning and again at the end.
And Jack.
I'll keep that note. Yeah. So, first thing I actually want to talk about, which literally just 5 minutes ago, there is a Kickstarter for a game, a dating sim called Dark Skies. It's a brony dating sim.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I read it on Reddit was a thing that apparently there's gonna be a brony sim. Like, no. Why? Why would you do that?
I don't want to look at this now.
It looks really, really weird.
We don't hate, like, bronies or anything, we just dislike the fandom. It just gets a whole lot weird sometimes.
A little.
Yeah, you have that with every fandom. I don't have to remind you of Rule 34 of the internet.
Yeah. If you back $750 or more, you get the Dark Skies Savior, I suppose, award. So you get everything else, I think. Yeah, you just get everything else.
Jesus.
You'll also be written into the game as a character with custom artwork based on your real appearance and interests.
Oh god.
Why?
Every brony's dream.
I mean, is $750 really worth it?
No.
Probably not.
Although, you know what is the Shaq Fu Kickstarter?
Yeah, Ray tweeted something about that, but I haven't looked into it.
I think it's like $120. You get you get to voice like a couple of lines in the game.
What you looking at, Willis?
I'll look it up right now. It's not a Kickstarter. It's on Indiegogo.
No, same thing, really.
Yeah. So, how much is it? They've raised $58,000 out of $450,000, which is actually fairly good.
Yeah, they still got a ways to go, though.
Yeah. No, it's $150. You get your own special. You get to record a special line and have it integrated into the game.
I can get why you want to have a special line in the game, but $150, just one sentence, that's a bit much.
Yeah, but I saw something. There was a thing on Reddit. I'm not sure if someone from the Interbox put it up, but someone was saying, yeah, they should raise like $1,000 to get everyone from the Internet box like their own voiceovers in the game.
That would be pretty epic.
Speaking of Internet box, it's too bad that they stopped recording.
Never forget.
Never forget.
R.I.P.
If I could play music, I would.
Rip in P.
I'll be completely honest. The Internet Box, I didn't listen every week because it was fairly long, but I always enjoyed it. So it's too bad that they're gone.
There wasn't really an episode that I watched that was bad at all.
Yeah. Well, I've not really watched the Internet Box. I really should.
What?
Right.
Well,
I've watched like one episode. I think it was episode 1. I think.
Yeah,
the
I've
audio
listened...
quality on episode 1 is not the best.
Oh well.
You gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that when we look back to episode 1 and 2 of the Chatroom podcast, we're gonna think, wow, that is some shitty quality podcasting right there.
Yeah, well, episode when we get to episode 120 in say 2 years' time, it's gonna be like we're gonna be holographically projected like into everyone's brains or something.
Sweet.
Everybody's rocking freaking Google Glass and Oculus Rifts in public.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Oculus Rift, did you see the video with Joel and Adam?
Yes.
Was
Yeah,
pretty
that
fucking
was
funny.
great.
I want to watch it now because I was like skeptical because everything with Joel in it, I expected just to go way, way off topic.
It was a pretty good video. I mean, I've never been the fan of these kind of horror games and all that shit. Because let's face it, I'm a pussy. But that was. I mean, I enjoy people watching people playing horror games. Myself, not a big fan, but when you watch other people play it, it's pretty damn funny. And especially with Joel, when he gets scared a couple of times, the reaction on his face is epic.
Yeah, I like watching people like like Joel and Adam that play it, but as long as it's not an complete overreaction like PewDiePie or something.
Yeah, some people just you feel that the reaction isn't authentic,
genuine
in some way. Like, yeah, he knows what's going to happen and or he scripted it. So, and that's just annoying because if you know that you feel duped as a viewer because he's faking it. It's always pretty damn stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, here's an example of what we're talking about. A goat walks around the corner, and the guy screams so hard that the entire wall shatter.
Yeah, it's just stupid. Yeah. But when I watched the video with Joel and Adam, I did get the feeling that they were genuinely scared, and the constant bickering between them what to do is actually quite funny. Always fun. Left, no, you go left, and all that. I mean, it's just funny. Like two people just disagreeing all the damn time about what to do. It's really hilarious, actually.
I suppose it kind of calls back to the Slender rage quits with Michael and Gavin.
Oh, Gavin was such a pussy in those.
Especially right at the end of episode 2, where the very end where Gavin absolutely craps himself and bangs his knee.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, but he disconnected the mouse.
Oh yeah,
or some shit. And Michael was he was actually pretty damn pissed. Man, God damn it, Gavin, you disconnected the mouse. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Team Nice Dynamite, when they do rage quits, they know how to entertain people.
Surgeon Simulate.
Words. English.
Yeah. Surgeon Simulator. Yeah. Those are pretty funny.
Yeah, the one in when they have to operate the alien. That was pretty
funny. Yeah. What was it? What did they call them? They called them the
Gavico. Oh, they called them Glorb.
Glorb, yeah.
Glorb.
Yeah, because it was Glorb the alien, GTA for short. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. To segue out of video games and all that shit, I finally have my PS3 back. Hooray!
Congratulations!
Out of video games, but okay.
Well, it's still video games, but I'm segueing away from current video games.
Into older hardware.
Yeah, I finally have my PS3 back. It's right next to me. This thing is, I'm not sure if it works properly, and I'm not sure if the games that didn't work on it do work.
Well, everyone knows that the PS3 is for, what's the word? Bitch punks, and it's Xbox for life. The PS3 is alright.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I never had PS3 or PS2 or PS1.
Oh, geez, you missed out then.
Yeah, apparently, but I mean, for a long time I didn't actually have any consoles. So in the beginning I had like an N64, which is one of the top consoles in my opinion. Awesome games.
I agree.
And then afterwards it was just PC because, I had a decent PC, bought games. And then recently, I think a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, my little brother got an Xbox One, Xbox 360, and I got hooked thanks to those damn achievements.
Yeah.
In the beginning I was like, oh yeah, achievements, pff, no biggie. I'm not gonna get sucked into that bullshit. And then when in the beginning we didn't have that many games, I was like, gotta buy more games so I can get more achievements. That was the reason why I want to buy more games, just to get more achievements. Fuck it, great storyline, great gameplay. No. Achievements all the way.
Yeah. It's the same. It's like Ray. I think Michael mentioned at some point. Like Ray bases how good a game is off how easy the achievements are to get. Instead of just saying, yeah, it's a good game, he will say like, oh yeah, the achievements are pretty easy to get.
Yeah, I think that Ray is actually one of the people who's like, yeah, the achievements are pretty easy to get, but I don't think he bases, the quality of the game on that. He usually goes like, yeah, Avatar, whatever the game is, where you can easily get 1,000 gamer score in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, if you want a quick 1,000 gamer score, then buy that game, but it's definitely not worth the purchase. So he's like, if you want gamer score, then just borrow it from, I don't know, somewhere, and then just get the gamer score, return it, and then you save some money.
Yeah, I was talking to Michael, the Australian Michael, and he said that it's the Avatar game's pretty expensive actually, because people know that a lot of people are going to want to get it because it's easy achievements. So they deliberately price it at like 20 quid or something, 25 quid.
That is just way too much.
Yeah.
But I've never seen anything about that game. I just know, I think Ray did a personal video on his channel a long time ago, where he got the 1,000 gamer score for Avatar, and was just mashing X, I think, and he was done in 5 minutes, and that's the only thing I saw of that game. The first level, just mashing X until you got all the achievements, and that was that. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's a great game, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think. From what I've heard, it's very, very bad.
Yeah, there are many bad games out there.
Yeah. So there was a big thing about ad block a couple of days ago. I wouldn't really say a big thing, but I heard a couple of people mention it. I think Boogie, you know who that is?
Nope, I don't.
No idea.
He's kind of like a big fat guy. He goes by the name of Francis.
Still don't know him.
Anyway,
he does like World of Warcraft like kind of rage videos where like.
Oh,
it's kind of like a vlog where it says he's like lost these pass, or someone hacked his World of Warcraft account. And he goes like mental and smashes the keyboard up or whatever.
Yeah, I think I know him. I think I know
anyway,
who you're talking.
He put a video up. Not complaining about ad block, but he was just talking about it. Because a lot of people use it, obviously, and that prevents him from getting money. And then it was retweeted. I think a tweet he made was retweeted by someone else, and then a couple other people started talking about it. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think?
I can understand where he's coming from, in the sense that AdBlock does block out the advertisements, and they do make money out of those advertisements. But then again, it's something that it's a natural reaction to the amount of ads that we're being showed. And I mean, if you have to spam ads our way, and every web page has to have at least half a dozen ads at the same fucking time, then someone is gonna be like, yeah, if these ads weren't here, I would be a lot happier, and then create a program that blocks all the ads. So it's just, you have to find this equilibrium between ads and, everything else. And to segue back to Rooster Teeth, I think what they're doing with the sponsors that they do, for instance, with the news videos, Nature Box and all that crap, I mean, I'd rather have a short commercial, if you will, in the beginning of each movie, in the beginning of each clip, and I know that they support the company that did that. For instance, they talk about it all the time and how much they love their product. So I like that a lot more than just some guy who doesn't make money because we use AdBlock from random corporations, because it's just Google selling advertisement space to random things. So I'd rather have the Rooster Teeth model than what he's saying.
Yeah, a lot of what you're calling the Rooster Teeth model is like a lot of people do. Like, they put at the end or the start of the video, hey, this place is sponsored by XYZ. I better not say names.
Normally Audible.
Yeah, normally Audible. I've not really listened to Audible audiobooks, but I really should, because there's a lot of stuff I want to read, like Game of Thrones and stuff.
Yeah, but you still know Audible exists. So it's a way of getting your company out there. So maybe you haven't actually listened to a book on Audible, but you know it exists, and you have plans to someday you might do it. So that's just a way of getting your corporation out there in the world, and people know, oh yeah, I remember they exist. So it's I mean, it's something like, how did it go? There's no such thing as bad publicity. So it's just the same kind of mentality that if you're out there, whether it be good or bad, people know you are there, and they know that you exist. So it's better to have people know you exist and heard some less than swell things about your company than the fact that they don't know that you're there at all.
Yeah, well, I understand that quite a lot of people rely on YouTube and their videos to support themselves, but I'm not really entirely sure how I feel about that, because the tweets that I mentioned talking about AdBlock, someone said that people really shouldn't be allowed to get paid. Their sole source of income shouldn't be just making playing video games all day, pretty much.
Yeah, that's just a stupid tweet, to be honest. That is just really dumb.
I don't know. I kind of would say I maybe agree with that, because it's not. I don't want to say it's not a real job, but it's hard to put into words.
It's just the fact that video game culture is still, this kind of subculture. People haven't, realized the potential it has, and they still see it as something less. In fact, what the guys at Achievement Hunter and other YouTube celebrities do, they inform people, they entertain people. It's just another way of television, to be completely honest. I mean, the Let's Plays of the Achievement Hunter guys are easily the same length as an episode of God knows which soap opera you watch. So I can I can understand the fact that they, as a company or as a person, want to make money off of their, the trouble they go through to actually entertain people. So I can understand that. Only the problem is that you have a pretty shitty model how to do that, because the ads, you have to rely on ads, and you're stuck with all that copyright shit and all that. So that is annoying. I can understand that. that people think, oh, YouTube, that's just something you do in your free time or whatever. So I understand the duality. I do, but I see no problem with that actually, with getting money from doing stuff on the internet. I mean, it's a new generation, a new way to do stuff, advertise and all that stuff.
Well, I'm not. It's not really the fact that, I mean, I don't really mind people getting paid because they're providing a service. They're entertaining people. I know if they weren't, then of course they wouldn't really be getting paid that much money. But I mean, all they really are. I know it must be quite a lot of work, but they're just kind of playing video games all day.
Yeah, it's not really that easy. I mean, you have to look at it this way when for instance, you see a stand-up comedian perform in whatever, in a bar or in somewhere. It doesn't actually matter where. But if you see him perform, you know that before that he has, this repertoire of things that he can fall back onto, things that he wants to talk about and all that stuff, and he has to put time and effort in that as well. So I get the feeling that, I mean, you put time and effort into creating something funny, and there's a lot of cutting and a lot of editing, and some Let's Plays just aren't that interesting, like Magic the Gathering. And they're just not that interesting, and I mean, it's time wasted on their side, time that they didn't spend otherwise, time they actually lost. And I can understand that it's the same process with musicians, comedians, even people who make television shows. When they write an entire script and go like, nah, this is bullshit, this is utter crap, and then they have to start over again. So I can understand that you put a lot of effort into trying to entertain people. And I mean, if you do that for free, it's really hard to keep that going, because that means you have to find another way to get money to pay the bills, and you don't have as much time to, entertain people. And I can understand that you would rather put a lot of effort into one thing and then earn a living with that, than you want to then dividing your time between a boring day job and then, trying to get your stuff out there, because it's really not easy.
Well, it's really also YouTube channels that they literally just play a game and there is zero commentary on it.
Yeah, that's just stupid. I mean, if you want to make a channel, you gotta add something special, the X factor, something that people like. If it's just gameplay, yeah, that's just stupid. I'm pretty sure those channels will never ever get, a big enough audience to actually make money, because if you have 50 subscribers, you're not gonna make money from YouTube.
Yeah.
If you have 50,000, then you might have some ad revenue. So it's just...
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, that was something. So,
that was a rant.
I'll take that off.
I'll be quiet for the next 10 minutes, give you time to talk about something.
So, Jack, you mentioned you have an Xbox and you have Minecraft for it, yeah?
Yeah, of course. I do. I don't have Xbox Live because I stopped that.
You don't, but you're going to get that.
Yeah.
Jasper, what about you? Do you have...
I do have Minecraft, but I'm not sure if I can play it on my account, because my little brother bought it on his account. And
I'll tell you right now.
Normally, yeah, I know. Normally I can play that if I'm on the same machine as my little brother, but I have my own separate Xbox that I bought for myself, and his account is not on there, so I'm not sure if I can play Minecraft on my Xbox. And if I can't, that means I'll have to move downstairs and shit. So I can play Minecraft, but then it's gonna be a lot of bickering on against my little brother who gets to play when, and I don't want that.
Here's a way to get around that, right? Because it says in the terms and all that you can, just put on a USB and transfer it over to another Xbox. You can do that with pretty much any game.
I tried that. That's a weird thing. When I just got the Xbox, I actually tried that, and now there's this demo on my Xbox for Minecraft.
Ah, right.
Maybe I should, try it again.
Can you? I'm guessing you can't, but can you join other people's servers on the trial?
I'm not really sure. Actually, I never played the trial.
Do you know, Jack?
I've not played the trial.
I mean, I can find some time that my little brother isn't doing anything and play on the Xbox downstairs. So it'll be a little fight, but too bad for him.
Oh, well, if you could just maybe test at some point, because today, me and Michael did, we decided it would be cool if we built our own city in Minecraft. So kind of like Achievement City, but for everyone in the podcast.
I can bust out the Xbox.
Sounds
Yeah.
cool.
So what we got done was we cleared an area. Then we made the logo out of wool. And then I think I built my house. Michael built his, and then he built Alex's house. But it'd be just kind of cool if we could all just play in that world or whatever at some point.
Oh yeah, I would
Build
love
some
to
other
do
stuff.
that.
I want to make a Let's Play kind of thing.
What's that, sarcasm, Jack?
No.
It sounded very sarcastic.
Did it?
Poor
Yeah.
misunderstood Jack.
Like you said, yeah, that sounds fun. I'd want to do that.
I did not do it like that. I want to go back and listen to it, but I'm recording, so I can't.
All right, okay. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
You better fucking.
So
So-
basically, you want to make some sort of Let's Play eventually, maybe someday.
Yeah, we could maybe do some Let's Plays in it. I'm not sure if they'd ever be recorded, but
Yeah, I have recording equipment for Xbox, so
I could, but it's very expensive.
yeah,
I-
but you don't need to buy anything.
Don't you?
I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, usually they go with these capture cards and all that stuff, but to be honest, it's pretty. I mean, it's expensive, and eventually, when you do a Let's Play, it's more about the interaction between the players rather than the actual gameplay. Or that's at least my experience. So I think that if one person just records it, that it would
right.
actually be. I mean, it's actually a great place to start. And if it eventually develops into something more, then you might change into more people, buying a capture card. But if it doesn't work in the beginning, if the chemistry isn't right, then it would be a waste of money. So we could always try 1 or 2 episodes, and if it's fun, then and if it's popular, then we might decide to do a little bit more. But until then, I wouldn't go out buying capture cards because they are expensive as fuck.
Yes.
I will note, right, that while this is just an idea, if this does come into fruition or whatever you call it, we're not trying to we're not trying to become as big as the Let's Play channel or
Fuck you, yeah, we are.
Come
We're
on,
not
have
trying-
some ambition, man.
No,
We
I have
shall
ambition.
then.
Trust me, I have ambition, right? That's why I'm doing this, because I have ambition. I want this to become good, right? But I don't think, right, if we record this, we don't want to seem like we're trying to copy, the Let's Play channel, despite us having our own little city and the logo in the middle and everything like that.
It's just like any other Let's Play. I mean, there are plenty of YouTubers who do Let's Plays together. Just a couple of guys fucking around in the game. That's actually all a Let's Play is.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that the Achievement Hunter guys weren't the first, and they will definitely not be the last. So,
Well, one thing I will say, and I want to get this out of the way immediately. If we were to do a Let's Play, I would definitely like to use the format that the Achievement Hunter guys use, which is like build something and then like everyone compete to do something.
yeah, I mean, the Achievement Hunter guys do have a couple of I mean, they have a lot of great Let's Plays, and some of them are, they build something and then they let the others compete, and sometimes it's just, you have to gather this, or you have to plant these 10 things, and I mean, it's all fun. It all depends on the interaction. If you have a bad day, then the chances are that you're gonna have a lesser quality Let's Play. So,
well, it's mainly there's only so many times you can watch someone load up Minecraft, punch a tree, build a house, fight some monsters, and get diamonds or whatever.
It's diamonds in the sky.
Yeah, because that really, all the other Minecraft Let's Plays I've seen, that's just what they're doing. It's not that interesting. Once you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times.
Or when they just, gonna build a farm. Gonna build this. I don't care. I don't want to see you build some shit. I can do that myself, in Minecraft. I want to see, interaction, some original ideas. Yeah,
which is what I really like about the Let's Play, the Achievement Hunter guys, because it's, nothing, it's not just the standard Minecraft Let's Play, it's different almost every week.
Yeah, and that makes it fun. They're at 93 episodes, if I'm not mistaken, and it's still fun to watch. So that means that they're doing something right, while other Minecrafters are like, 5 episodes, I've seen enough, and then you just quit because it's not interesting anymore. So, I mean, the Achievement Hunter guys, especially Jeff and Gavin, I mean, kudos. I wouldn't be able to come up with so many fun and original ideas for one game.
Jeff Sharp.
So, that was a great segue. Has everyone seen the newest Let's Play at Minecraft?
Yeah.
To those who haven't, switch off now.
Was that yeah?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, Jasper?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Alright, spoiler alert from probably now on. So what do you think of it then?
I think it was one of the most... It has a couple of the funniest moments ever concerning Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan was fucking hilarious. The first time when he was building, the fact that no one saw him.
It was right next to Jack's farm as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think the beginning of his construction was right in front of the damn house.
Yeah.
I was like, how can you not notice that there's a giant cobblestone wall in front of you that wasn't there in the beginning? That was pretty funny. And then when he fell down and died right in front of everyone, also very funny. But when he was trying to steal from Jeff by digging the damn tunnel.
Oh yeah, the tunnel.
And Jeff looked him right in the face like, "Oh, hello, Ryan. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost made Jeff fall right on top of him.
Yeah, that was just... I mean, Ryan, I think he knew from the beginning, like, I'm not going to win this. And he was like,
probably not.
I am just going to do something funny.
Well, it's kind of like one of them said, it was quite a Jack Let's Play, a Jack task.
Yeah.
Task. Gee, words.
Words are difficult.
They are.
Yeah, but Jack has the advantage, so to say, in all these kind of Let's Plays where you can kill each other and you just have to gather stuff and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I get the feeling that Jack is in those kind of Let's Plays really focused, and he says less than the others. That the others are always bickering and are always talking to each other, and that Jack is just taking a back seat and trying to win. That's a feeling I get.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's not entertaining, but it isn't entertaining at the same time. I mean, because someone has to win. Because I think if Jack wasn't trying to win, then a majority of the Let's Plays would be like an hour and a half long.
Yeah, it's true, but I mean, I have a feeling that Jack, when he's really trying to win, that he can, do a little bit of an effort to try and interact with the audience a bit. Because I don't remember which one it was. It was also something with building. I don't remember which one, but Gavin and Michael were bitching at the end that Jack didn't say a single word in almost the entire Let's Play.
I think that was shopping list part 2.
Yeah, something like that. And
he was looking for a dungeon, so he just literally said like 5 words the entire Let's Play.
Yeah, and I think he's gotten better, but that's still things that I wanna avoid. I mean, if I were him.
I think Jack's better in like the verses and goal normally.
Yeah, I think Jack, when he has something to go on and a video has already been made and already been taped, and he has to give live commentaries that will be dubbed onto the video. I think he's a lot better in that than in actual live Let's Plays.
Yeah, like Trials Files.
Yeah, Trials Files.
Trials Files.
Okay.
Don't know where that came from.
Yeah, Trials Files or Fails of the Week. He's quite good on them.
Speaking of Fails of the Week, they have been, how shall I describe that? They've been doing other Halo games. They've been, they originally did, I think, Halo 3, and now they've always progressed with each new Halo game, but I think that the show has become a little bit unpopular, and that's why they're just, looking for the best fails of all the Halo games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the feeling. I remember because I didn't have a conversation, and I just made this weird hand gesture that you're never gonna see. But I had this on the forum. I think Caleb posted it originally, or that it was someone who posted that Fails of the Week was, getting a bit boring, and Caleb was, actively responding, which is pretty cool. And I had the same. I told Caleb that Fails of the Week, the enthusiasm between Jeff and Jack is a bit gone.
I think it's run its course. What episode? They're on 181 or
something like that.
Some huge number. Anyway.
I think honestly, if they're not thinking about it already, I think once they get to 200 at the latest, I think then they should just call it, and then that's it.
If I remember correctly, because I in the message back and forth messaging with Caleb, there was also talk of maybe canceling the show, and he said that Halo was part of their core business, so to say, that it was really close to their roots, and that they would love to have at least one Halo related show on Rooster Teeth.
I think they should maybe replace it with something similar to kind of game night, but something kind of like Trials Files, where like they'll take a random community map and game type or whatever.
Yeah, in
and
my
then
opinion,
like
there's enough
the guys,
to do.
Yeah, if the guys like play it and then they show it off and whatever, and that even that for a 5-minute video, sort of similar to Trials Files.
Maybe they could do something like the live game night, where they were just playing custom games for an entire hour, and then just instead of doing an entire hour, that they just do like a small video, one map, where all of them participate into that certain game type, and that they do that instead of Fails of the Week, because we've seen 99% of all fails imaginable.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. The glitch... Yeah, go ahead.
Even like a lot of the glitches and that, you know, they mention, oh yeah, we've seen like one like that before or whatever, quite often now, where, you know, where like someone sticks themselves. I mean, it happens quite a lot.
It's like Halo 1.
Yeah, so I think they should either think about cancelling it or changing it up a bit.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that the guys at Achievement Hunter would also agree. The fact is they're not really sure what to change it into. And that is something that's holding them back, I believe.
Yeah.
I have no credible sources for that, so don't quote me on that. I might be just making stuff up.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway, Jack, what is your opinion on that matter?
I'll agree. Fails of the Week has pretty much run its course. If they could switch it up, then do it. I mean, it'd make it a whole lot more interesting.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of it from the beginning.
It was funny sometimes, but that was that. I mean, I usually didn't go there for the fails, but more for the banter between Jeff and Jack.
Yeah, between Jack and
lately,
Jeff.
there's no enthusiasm there. So, you know, I still watch it, but at the end I'm always like, yeah, it was okay, but it wasn't really funny.
So, yeah, that's it. If anyone, I mean, there's not really if. I mean, of course, people from Achievement Hunter are watching this because we're so famous and popular. Yeah, fix fails of the week. Change it with something. You know, do something with it.
Revive it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't remember if I asked this, but so have you listened to the last episode of the Internet Box, Jasper?
I did. I listened to. I think I actually listened to the entire episode.
Yeah. You know the P Team podcast that they mentioned.
Yeah, but I remember them mentioning something about that, but the details escape me.
It doesn't seem like the best quality ever. And I remember them saying that it was so bad that it actually made them start the Internet Box.
Oh yeah, now I remember that was like a podcast that they saw, and I don't know who, but someone from the Internet Box fell asleep in the first 5 minutes or something, and then when he woke up, oh shit, I missed it.
I think it was Andrew.
They were like, yeah, it could be Andrew, and they were like, well, that was pretty shitty. We can do that better. And then it was like, okay, let's make a podcast. Why not?
I don't know, because another podcast, it's also a fan kind of community podcast. The Twonks, look it up. They even, I'm not like one to hate on them or whatever, but even one of their most recent episodes I listened to, and the audio quality isn't as good as this, if I do say so myself.
That's pretty mighty fine of you saying that about our podcast.
Getting all Southern on us.
It's really, their audio quality isn't as good as ours, so I think that's gonna give us an edge. I mean, what?
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 I think the problem with many podcasts is the fact that instead of people recording their own audio, they just record the Skype call, and I think that decreases the audio quality a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
it makes it a whole lot more accurate though, the actual recording.
Yeah and no, because there are sometimes when your call gets dropped or anything like that, and then you don't know what happened and all that shit. So I can understand why you do that, but sometimes the call is being, I don't know, interrupted by bad connection or something like that, and then you couldn't understand what they're saying, and it's really annoying. So I get that people want to do it that way because it's easier and doesn't require editing, and people are lazy, including myself. But it's just quality wise, it's not as good. Let's be honest.
I was thinking we should maybe start doing that as kind of a backup in case something like last week happened again, that we would still have everyone's audio and it could still be put out. But
Yeah, I think I do that normally. What I do is I'm now screen recording because I also make YouTube videos, and I have this program, and it's a screen recording program, but it also records audio, like the in-game audio, and the program has also a setting that you can normally when you use microphone and you check the little checkbox as a record microphone, it is all in one track, so you have your game audio and all that stuff and your personal voice in one track, but you can do a little setting where your own audio track is on a different layer. So I'm now recording video as in my Audacity because that's easier to record, and normally it should record all the audio that I hear and my own audio. So if anything would go wrong, normally if my screen recording did not fuck up, then it should be all right. And then usually I delete it after I'm done. If the podcast is out, then I delete it. It's as easy as that. I did that with the first podcast, just in case something would have gone wrong. I'd had a backup. I always have a backup plan.
Yeah, that's
always good to have a backup plan.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of times that I've had a recording fail, it's shocking, really. And when your recording gets fucked up, a couple of times you learn to be prepared and to, for instance, always check if your recording is good before you actually save the game. Happened to me a couple of times. Saved the game, recording did not record properly. Like, yeah, well, I'm gonna have to dub this. So that is pretty damn annoying.
Yeah.
And enough of the Jasper rant. Now it's your time to shine.
I'm gonna pull up my list of topics.
Michael.
Yeah. What?
Would you say Jasper is full of the vinegar?
No, it's the salt.
No,
Let's be
not
honest.
really.
I'm full of the salt.
And wow, I must be fucking lagging behind. Full of the salt.
Just drown in salt.
Swimming in pink.
So Twitch plays
I must be
Pokemon.
lagging behind.
Didn't
Didn't they finish Red?
Yeah, they're playing Crystal now.
Oh wow.
So
I do have the feeling that
It's
Crystal...
going a lot smoother.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. I think Crystal is a lot less popular and that it goes a lot faster than the first Twitch plays Pokemon.
Thing is, right, but when the first time that Twitch played Pokemon existed, there was no anarchy or democracy setting. Right? It was just put something in and it will happen. Right? So now there's actually some sort of system where, there's a voting system essentially.
Yeah, but it's the anarchy and democracy system. I think it was implemented in the first one when they were stuck in the rocket base.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But I mean, I get it why they did that, but maybe they should have removed the system as soon as the difficult part was done, and that they re-implement the system when they're stuck again at one place for, let's say, an entire day, because that was the case with the rocket lair. They were stuck there for an entire day. Then I can understand, we gotta move this along, but that's the big but. When you get back, then it's just way more fun to be in anarchy mode. So
yeah. Should probably explain actually what this is. Twitch plays Pokemon's. It's a Twitch stream of an emulated version of Pokemon. Well, right now it's Pokemon Crystal, where it's the people watching it that play it. So if you type up or left or right in the chat. I'm making typing motions with my hand here. And then, like, the little character will go whatever direction you type in. But currently it's almost 17,000 people are playing at the moment. So with 17,000 people, we'll try to control one... Okay, so we're having technical difficulties, so I'm guessing Jack's gonna put the technical difficulties musics here. At some point. Either that or this is gonna be cut completely out, which is fucking great. I'm gonna get some wine gums. I'm back and I have wine gums.
Wow.
So that
my
was
call
a thing.
Completely dropped for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So you were saying?
I don't. Okay, Jack isn't in the call yet, but Twitch is Pokemon. 17,000 people all playing Pokemon. The inputs for the game are input via the chat. They beat Red a week ago or something. They're playing Crystal, and there's a system where if enough people vote for Anarchy, every button input is counted in the game. But if everyone votes for, or if there's enough votes for Democracy mode, it counts up all the votes for a specific input over a given period of time, and then it does that input, which it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, the funny thing is you have this delay on Twitch, 20-30 seconds delay, and it makes things really interesting because you can see the votes being tallied, and then you see people doing completely different stuff in the chat, and then you're thinking, guys, the chat is maybe half a minute behind the actual video stream, so it's really funny to see that everyone tries to correct the tally by doing a certain command, and instead of that being tallied, it just has to wait until the delay has passed. It's actually really funny to see.
Were you there for the moment? I think the level 34 Venomoth managed to beat a level 60 something Dragonite.
Yeah, I wasn't there for the moment itself, but I read about it on Reddit. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it because Venomoth was weak against Psychic types that the Dragonite kept spamming his Psychic type moves, and that's why they could kill it with Leech Life or whatever move they used? I think that's the reason they were able to kill it. Or
yeah, I don't know. I for some reason when I first heard it, I thought maybe it's just rigged, because that doesn't seem possible. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think that Gen 1 worked in such a way because the Dragonite had, I think, 2 Psychic type moves, and that Gen 1 reasons in such a way, okay, that Pokemon is weak to these types. I'm gonna spam the moves of the type it's weak to. But the only moves he had were, I think, Barrier and Light Screen, or Reflect and Light Screen and all that stuff. So I think what happened was that he kept spamming non-damage moves, and that's why Venomoth could eventually kill the Dragonite, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, maybe, but Also, apparently, the creator, the mysterious, I think he's Australian creator of this, he modified the emulator to where when you fight Red, pretty much at the end of the game, his team would be the team from when the people playing it beat Pokemon Red. So it would be, what did they add? They had a Pidgeot, an Omanyte,
Omstar,
yeah,
Nidoking,
a Zapdos,
Venomoth, and Lapras, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
But it was really funny with the Helix fossil praise Helix. Yeah. It was, I mean, the fact that people on Reddit were like, "Oh, let's make a story around this game," and that their Pidgeot was Bird Jesus, and that it was their prophet and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
It was really funny to see people just making stuff up about nothing really. Shows a lot of creativity on the internet.
I quickly make a note for the link dump.
Poor Jack.
Yeah. How long have I been recording? About an hour.
It's been about an hour, so if he doesn't get back in a couple of minutes, then it's best to call it quits.
Yeah.
But did everyone get dropped from the call, or was it just me?
No, I got dropped as well. I think Jack must have got dropped. So
yeah, he hosted the call, so that would make sense that the rest got dropped. Maybe some problems with this internet connection. Can happen to anyone.
Yeah. So looking else at my notes. So have you had a chance to play? I don't know if you have Minecraft PC.
No, I don't have Minecraft PC.
I was thinking about trying out Barney's Minecraft server, but I've never got around to it.
I've heard a lot of things about his Minecraft server. I mean, the fact that they've been building graveyards and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, for the dead players.
As soon as someone dies, oh, let's make a sign about how he died.
Yeah.
Sad.
It's quite weird.
Yeah, it's really weird that complete and random strangers can work together to accomplish something like that, albeit by being an asshole.
Yeah, because it's a hardcore server, so as soon as you die, that's it. You get banned.
Yeah, I think, was it Bernie that said he got killed by a creeper?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I remember that he told a story about how he got banned from his own server, and that just made me laugh real.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking, how can you be banned from your own fucking server? It was actually quite funny. Speaking of Bernie, have you seen his South by Southwest interview, if you can call it that, with Neil deGrasse Tyson?
No. No, I haven't.
Because it was actually really funny, because I noticed on Twitter that he tweeted that he I don't know, he got into a bet or some shit, but he had to ask one of Gavin's questions to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Right, I saw that, but I didn't.
That was pretty damn funny, actually. I mean, Gavin's questions, he has a special mind. Let's be honest.
Well, I think the one with the fish where he said if you got a big tank, put a fish in it.
Yeah.
And then took it into space and then took the tank away, it would just be a big blob of water floating there.
Yeah,
Would the fish know that it was in space?
I mean, it's phrased in such a stupid way, but it's actually quite a brilliant question if you think about it.
I don't know, actually.
I mean, some of his questions are asked in a weird way. For instance, when he asked, "How does your leg know it's your leg?" or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And if you think about it, that's a stupid question. If you hear it for the first time, oh, that's a stupid question. But then if you think about it, how do the cells individually know what kind of cells they have to be and how they have to react to all the other cells? How does that work? It's so fucking complicated that it's indeed a good question to ask. How do the cells in your leg know what to do, how to do it, and how to form and how to reproduce? And in essence, how do they know how to be part of your leg? That is something that's just so bizarre to think about. How every cell in your body has this small specific task it has to do, and if it was on its own, it probably couldn't exist. But then with billions of other cells that each have their own task, suddenly you have this crazy living organism that can think and can do weird and stupid but also brilliant stuff. I mean, it's a good question in a very stupid way.
Yeah. Gavin or Google.
I mean, Gavin or Google, I kind of miss it. I was actually hoping in the beginning that it would be, this weekly thing, or at least a couple of times more than it actually was.
The last time they did it was a few weeks ago. It was a while ago.
Yeah, I think, was it with Barbara and Gus? I'm not
that
sure.
Seems familiar.
I think the last Gavin or Google was between Barbara and Gus, but I don't know which podcast it was.
But yeah, so we're at about an hour.
Yeah.
One down, 2 left.
So sad.
R.I.P.
We will be
Jack.
missed.
Never forget.
Never forget. Episode 2. Jack died when we were nearing the end. Never forget.
So, follow us on Twitter if you want. You can also, if you're not already watching this on YouTube, you can go to YouTube and subscribe. You could also watch this at chatroompodcast.com. Links will probably be in the description somewhere. I'll make sure to tell Jack to put links somewhere. So next episode a week, hopefully.
Yep, and let's hope that none of the others back out after they've done a podcast.
Yeah, hopefully. So yeah, that's it.
Another successful podcast for the Chatroom podcast. We're getting there. Just 120 more episodes to go.
Yeah.
And then we've beaten the internet box.
Alright, so...
See ya,
bye,
everyone.
everyone.